Hi everybody. Today I have the privilege, the honor to interview my good friend Mr. Jatin Balyan, who we prepared for judiciary services to study for the competitive exams together many years ago. And obviously, as you can see, me with the band and the court and everything in the High Court of Delhi, I did not clear the judicial services exam. My dear friend Jatin was able to clear it and he cracked the Telangana Judicial Services exam. And when he did, तो मैंने कहा भाई जतिन भाई I need you to come and all of the thousands of people जो पूछते रहते हैं law students or lawyers, how do we become a judge, how do we prepare to become a judge, we need inputs from a guy who has actually done it, who has actually cracked the code. So a little bit of background, but first and foremost I wanted to just thank you for coming मेरे भाई.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to give this background. Many years ago I met Jatin, and in fact I don't even remember what all you were up to before you started preparing for the judiciary. You did not step in straight away after graduating, did you?
No. I graduated in 2013
Right.
as an advocate.
Same year as me. Yeah. In fact, the same university also.
Yes. We
Yes.
both belong to same university. So
Yeah.
I graduated in 2013. Thereafter, I've started preparing for judiciary. I've never been to courts.
Acha.
So
okay.
last year in 2020, I was selected as an assistant public prosecutor in Delhi.
So
And-
that's what I remembered.
Yes. And in between that, till the time I selected as an assistant public prosecutor, I was totally into studying law at my home.
Okay.
I had never been to courts.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
So in terms of, now this is something that a lot of people ask है Jatin, कि भाई मैं जज बनने के लिए क्या practical experience की ज़रूरत है? Do I need to go and practice law in the court so that I can have better chances at becoming a judge? What are your thoughts on that?
Very short answer. There is no need for any kind of practice, but if you do practice, that will be a bonus to you.
Okay, and I completely agree.
Yes.
So,
but
but, yeah.
there is no need to become good judicial officer. But if you do court practices, there is very much more advantage to you rather being other candidates who are appearing for judicial officers. You will be remembering those sections more which are prevalent into the process of law.
Right.
Like Order 6, Rule 17,
Right.
Res Judicata. You will be able to know the all provisions which are relevant to become a judicial officer
Right.
for the purpose of reading and studying.
Jatin, let me rephrase this question a little because this
problem.
is something that a lot of people have asked.
No problem.
If you have given yourself 2 years to become a judge or 3 years to become a judge,
Yes.
would you say that those 3 years perhaps,
Yes.
it would be better that you spend maybe 1 year in practice and then 2 years in preparation, or would you say that all those 3 years should be spent at home preparing to be a judge?
So
What
there
would
is myth in so many people that whether that is required to become a judicial officer or that is required to become a judicial officer, only thing to become a judicial officer is you must have knowledge of all relevant laws which are asked in that particular examination.
Right.
So there is no need of any kind of practice. You have to appear before a court or plead somebody, or you have to take a file and read it. The only thing to become a judicial officer is that you have knowledge of all the relevant laws which are to be asked in that particular examination. Like Delhi Judicial Services had got another syllabus, Telangana Judicial Service got another syllabus. So pattern of the paper are very different. In some state they are asking general knowledge as well in the examination, but in Telangana there is no paper of general knowledge. So this is the basic criteria. So in short, one answer that only one thing is needed to become a judicial officer. That's CRPC, IPC, evidence, CPC, limitation, and all the basic. These are the basic 7 to 8 barracks. If you have thorough knowledge and by-hearted, like me, I by-hearted IPC, evidence, CRPC, every section I by-hearted. But to by-heart the IPC, CRPC, and evidence, it is not a mandate to become a judicial officer. I did it for myself. To become a judicial officer, only relevant portion of laws, you have to be perfect in that sphere.
Perfect. I am very happy that Jatin gave this answer because I say the same exact thing to everybody. If you want to become a judge and you think I want to practice law so that I can boost my understanding of the law,
Yes,
it's
that will
not going
boost.
to help you to that extent. The way I look at it, if you are doing nothing at home and you're sitting at home, it's better to become
better to
practice.
yes.
Which will help you. But if you have time and if you want to become a judge and nothing else, it is far better that you straight away start preparing and you focus on the things that are necessary to help you become a judge, right? So grateful to. Thank you. Now, you mentioned that you worked as a public prosecutor also in Delhi.
Yes.
Tell me this.
So I got selected as assistant public prosecutor in March 2020, and thereafter Corona came.
Acha.
So all my duties as an assistant public prosecutor, I only did duty, almost my 90% of duty I did in jails. So
Acha.
at that time, trial is not going on that very time, so only
Right.
remand thing was there. So public
Right.
prosecutor was specially deputed in Tihar jail, and
Okay.
I was one of them. So
Okay.
as an assistant public prosecutor, I have learned a lot. A big exposure is there behind clearing this judicial services, because
Fantastic.
the writing of answers is not only the answers you are writing what questions have been asked, but it is you are giving your own observations and your own personality to the examiner.
Right. So that helped you clear the exam.
That helped me very much. So before becoming an assistant public prosecutor, I was in a very scared mode that if I went into the courtroom, if judge will ask question to me, or what kind of the ambience I was scared of. But after becoming assistant public prosecutor, that fear has washed away with the appointment as an assistant public prosecutor.
Fantastic. In fact, I also say this to everybody. अगर वो झिझक, that apprehension, that fear, that doubt of standing before a judge and making submissions, if you're ever afraid of that, the offices of a government lawyer are one of the best places to work at. And of course, if you're the government lawyer himself, then even better. But as a junior lawyer, perhaps, if you've just entered the profession, government lawyers are one of the best places, because the sheer volume of cases which you are dealing with on a regular basis, jo bhi fear, jijak, all of that, apprehension you might have, washes away, as you said, very quickly. And you're able to get that out of the way and then focus on, okay, how do I secure relief for my client, whichever it is, it's the government or private parties or whoever else there is. Jatin, I wanted to ask you this. I remember you attempted Delhi judiciary also.
Yeah, I attempted
Twice,
twice.
right?
Yes.
But you did not clear the prelims.
No, I won't be able to clear prelims also.
Right. But Telangana, in your second attempt, the first attempt you cleared the prelims, you went for the mains.
Yes.
And Telangana, second attempt, you cleared the prelims, the mains, the interview to become a judge in Telangana,
Yes.
right? So two parts to this. What do you think you did in Delhi because of which you did not clear? Okay. And what do you think you did right in Telangana because of which you were able to clear Telangana?
So on your first question, what I did so that I won't be able to clear Delhi Judicial Services, and what I did so that I cleared Telangana Judicial Services. First mistake, I was not patient to my content, what I was reading. I was not even center-minded for that very thing. When I was giving Delhi Judicial Services, I was giving Delhi Judicial Services not with my full heart. And when I did my full hard work, on that very moment I cleared Telangana Judicial Services. So the biggest mistake I committed, why I have not become a judicial officer in Delhi Judicial Service, I was not patient to my reading and to my content and to all my hard work. So after becoming patient towards my all hard work and everything what I did, I cleared Telangana Judicial Services. So the biggest mistake is hurry. I was in a hurry always. I will read everything. So when I sat on the table, I patiently going through my content and the relevant things, I cleared the Telangana Judicial Service. The only big mistake is only one thing, the hurriness. I was always in a hurry. I can read this, I can remember. Even though I remember IPC, every section I remember IPC. Not the punishments, the definitions, the almost. What I did in my whole struggle, the main thing is what? I have learnt IPC thoroughly. 511 sections thoroughly. I forgot. Thereafter I again learned. I forgot. I again learned. I did it for 15 times, 15 to 16 times every subject, not IPC. IPC, limitation, partnership, every subject, sales of goods act. So I did it every subject 15 to 29. With my full heart, I have learnt IPC. Thereafter, I have forget for a few months. Thereafter, I have again started learning. So this I did for 15 to 20 times. So that is what I know about the basic question, that I was in a hurry. I will read this. I patiently by-hearted everything. So to become a judicial officer, if you patiently by-heart everything, not like me. Firstly, I will do by-heart in very hurriness. So last time when I did patiently, bro, I got every essential ingredients of all the relevant sections and all the things to become a judicial officer.
Fantastic. one thing that I must add in terms of what I observed about you when we were preparing together,
Yes.
right? All those days and nights, and we used to just sip on tea and coffee and just keep this. So I think this genuine desire for the thirst for these unique situations in law, right? We always used to get into hour-long conversations about one particular section in one particular statute. What did the Supreme Court said in this particular thing? How it would be interpreted in A scenario, B scenario, C scenario, and the desire to not just rote learn, right, but also to understand the concept. Especially prelims is one thing where chalo theek hai bhai, you tick boxes
you have to choose one out of
and you're
4.
done with it, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to detailed explanations, the way you said your experience as a PP
Yes.
helped again in writing better answers
Yes.
for the mains, right? Similarly, I feel that thirst, that desire, if you're able to inculcate in yourself, and sometimes, of course, you inculcate, sometimes you have it, it's one of those things. But in terms of patience, this is
Yes.
something that a lot of people ask. Some people say, I'm going to dedicate 5 years. Some people say, I have 6 months that I'm going to give.
Okay.
According to you, and especially because we have a lot of
Yes.
friends in common who are judges also, right? In
Yes.
Delhi and in other states
Yes.
also.
Yes.
And so, your experience of your own self and all the other judges that you know, how many years or months of dedicated, focused, hyper-focused preparation do you think is, on an average, good enough
Yes.
to secure a position as a judge?
Sir, only 1 year preparation. Whether you will start in your college days or whenever you will start after college days or any time. So only 1 year preparation is enough to become a judicial officer. What I did, I have learnt IPC. I forgot for two months.
Okay.
I didn't study IPC for 2 months. I have that much confidence in my hurriness that I have learnt everything.
Right.
So I have to control that hurriness and to become patient that I have not learned the whole IPC. That is why I have sat again to learn whole IPC with patient heart.
Right.
So sit as a layman, think you don't know anything, and sit with all the relevant bare acts
Right.
which is asked in competitive examinations. Sit and wholeheartedly work for 1 year. You will become judicial officer. I have answered previous question also, which is if there is any practice required to become a judicial officer. So again, I am saying only 1 year with whole heart. Leave everything. Leave everything means leave everything and only concentrate on remembering laws, and every ambience is only of getting law knowledge. That's it. You'll become judicial officer.
Fantastic. So the answer is 1 साल की तपस्या.
एक
and
साल की
you're
तपस्या तो.
Done. Dude, there are so many other questions, but I don't want it to be a very, very long video, especially because you have to rush for another thing that you have to give. But thank you so much for doing this. As an absolute pleasure. And I cannot tell you, I mean, I declare it to the world how proud I am of seeing you as a judge. हम
this
तो बन
and
नहीं
all.
पाए, but again, thank you so much for
Thank you,
doing this,
thank you,
Jatin.
thank you, Amish
And
ji.
thank you everybody for watching this. It's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.